Sometimes when I just like to have a little extra light and I'm relaxing and I don't want to worry about falling asleep and leaving a burning candle, I use these candles because I could fall asleep and not worry about it. And they have a very cool look, and plus I don't burn my fingers when I do that. And they've got some sparkle lights there too. I've got another one here. So there's two. Actually, it came in a pack of 6, but I've got the 2 here. I'm gonna put one down. And I'm gonna put this one down. I'm just gonna put this off to the side a little bit so I don't bang into it. Now, welcome to today's video. I thought I would do another slow-paced video, and I'm going to share with you today my favorite books of 2023. I have been reading more than ever before and have read a lot of books this year. And I just wanted to do this video highlighting my favorite books. If I were to recommend any book to read, it would be one of these. Now, I am going to link the books down below. I got them on Amazon, and you can get them too if you're interested in reading them for yourself. I do want to be transparent and let you know that they will be affiliate links, so should you purchase any of these books down below, I will be making a very, very small commission off of those purchases. Now, this is an ASMR channel primarily. It is not a shopping channel. However, the shopping is just an added bonus if that's something that you are interested in. But if not, no worries at all. Just sit back and relax while I share with you these 4 books. So, just going to take them and put them down over here. Okay. Now, of my favorites, this is my least favorite of my favorites, if that makes sense. It was a really good book, and it definitely made the top 4, but it is at the bottom of the top 4, so I'm going to do this one first. If you are looking for an easy read that is interesting and exciting and that's going to keep you engaged, then this is definitely an option for you. It is by the New York Times bestseller, Mary Kubica, author of The Other Mrs. Local Woman Missing, MISSING, Local Woman Missing. Now, I don't like to give too much away with the book, so I'm going to just read the back cover and maybe say a few additional things, but I have found in the past that some of the reviews that the other people have done on books gave away too much information and ruined them for me. I really like to know just like an idea of what the book is about and nothing more, because I just find that, again, sometimes people spoil bits and don't even realize that they are doing it. So I am not doing it here. There is no risk of any kind of spoilage here. So, that being said, let's move on. Now, the one thing that I did not love about this book was that it jumped around just a little too much, in my opinion. It went from like time period to time period, 10 years ago to present time to 10 years ago to present time. And a lot of books do that, and that's okay. But it also went from character to character. So it was like several different characters' perspectives. And then it kept on jumping back and forth, and it was very confusing to me. Now, if it was like, one or two different character perspectives outside of the main character, that wouldn't be as bad. Or just going back and forth with time a little bit is not that bad. But the combination of the different characters and the different times, that was the one thing that kind of put me off a little bit. So if you don't mind that, then you will still enjoy this book because it was a really good story. But if that bothers you, then this is not the book for you. But let's read the back so we can get an idea of what this book is about. People don't just disappear without a trace. Shelby DeBow is the first to go missing. Then Meredith Dickey and her 6-year-old daughter Delilah vanished just blocks away from where Shelby was last seen, striking fear into their once peaceful community. After an elusive search that yields more questions than answers, the case eventually goes cold. Now, 11 years later, Delilah shockingly returns. Everyone wants to know what happened to her, but nobody is prepared for what they'll find. And some people will stop at nothing to keep the truth buried. Then you've got some quotes here and a photo of the author. This tiny little picture here, Mary Kabuki. Okay, so that is the first book, Local Woman Missing. I'm just gonna put it off to the side here and then go to the next book. Now this book is the next in ranking. So it is my third favorite book from this year that I've read. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. From behind closed doors, she sees everything. And you've got this little door here. It's like a keyhole. And an eye kind of peering through it. And I just thought that this was like a really enjoyable escape. It had a lot of twists and turns, which I love. That's one of my favorite things, like whatever I think is going to happen and then it's completely different from what I think. I enjoy those kind of books where I just cannot figure out what is going to be like the answer to all of this, drama that is happening. So this book was just like such a guilty pleasure for me. I read this book, I think, in like one day, like a rainy day on the couch kind of thing. Hard to find time to do things like that, but I got lucky and I had a day like that, and I read the whole thing. So let's turn it around so we can take a look at the back. First, we're just gonna flip through the pages so you can see. That's what the writing looks like. I know that might not seem like helpful, but sometimes when I go to the bookstore, I like to just look at the writing because for me, like, my eyes are terrible, and when the writing and the fonts is so small, it's hard to read. Like I find like strains my eyes. So I like when the fonts are a little bit bigger like this, so you can actually read it without straining. I know everybody's different, so I mean that's just for me a preference that I have. And it's like, again, the kind of book that you could read quickly. I don't like books that are so long that you have to put it down a lot, and then by the time you get back to it, you forget what's going Winchester says as I shake her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Working here is my last chance to start fresh. I can pretend to be whoever I like, but I'll soon learn that the Winchester's secrets are far more dangerous than my own. And there you've got a picture of a tiny little key there. Every day I clean the Winchester's beautiful house top to bottom. I pick their daughter from school. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess, just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems to be more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's not hard to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. So, what did you guys think? It sounds pretty good, right? I can tell you that this story is like, it's just so good. There's not a boring page. The whole book just keeps you engaged. I just loved it. And there is also a sequel to this book, which I will do another video in the future of my favorite sequels, because sometimes, you know, a book is really good and they come out with another one and then it's not as good. So I will do a video about, you know, the best sequels, what books are worth reading the sequels to. Let me know if you like that. You can let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video like that. Okay, let's get to the next book. Okay, so this next book is my second favorite easy read this year, and that is We Were Liars. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. New York Times bestseller. Thrilling, beautiful, and blistery smart. We Were Liars is utterly unforgettable. This book was so good. I mean, it was so good, guys. Like, if you just want to escape and get taken away, it was that good. And the twist at the end will just have you completely shocked. I loved this book. Now, this book actually has a sequel as well. So again, just like The Housemaid, I will do a video on that in the future. But until then, let's turn this book around It's about a bunch of young people and their relationships during the summertime and their connection and stuff like that. And then, the twist. There's like this mysterious thing that's happening, and it all gets kind of answered in the end. Haunting, sophisticated, twisty, and well told. A satisfying but shocking twist ending. I can attest to that. It is quite shocking. You will spend the time trying to figure out like what in the world is going on, and then when you find out in the end, it's just like, what? That's just insane. An ambitious novel with an engaging voice, a clever plot, and some terrific writing by the New York Times. And it includes 32 pages of bonus content. And it's got a picture of another book here with a preview called Genuine Fraud, which I have not read but might consider picking that up as well, because this book was so good, and now I really am a fan of E. Lockhart because of this book. So, highly recommend We Were Liars. If you guys already read this book, please let me know in the comments below what you thought. Curious if you loved it as much as I did. And if you are interested in this book, or you're looking for a book in general, I highly recommend this. But I am going to now put it down and get the last best for last. This is the best for last, guys. The best for last. This book was so good. Another book finished in one day. I could not put it down. It was one of those books that I gave up a night's sleep to read because I didn't have time. So I just stayed up through the night and finished it. It was so good. #1 New York Times bestseller, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't know if I said his last name right, so if I butchered it, I'm very sorry, but I will say this author is amazing, and after writing this book, I would read anything by him because he is good. Okay, let's turn the book around. Oh, I keep forgetting, but first, just kind of look through. Again, it's got like, not huge font, but like nice big size, like easy to read, it's dark. So, it's just not as straining on the eyes, so, yeah. I really enjoyed the book and just, turning all of these pages. So good. Now, here's a picture of the author. He's kind of handsome, actually. Okay, let's read the back. It says, over 4 million copies sold worldwide. In quotes, an unforgettable and Hollywood-bound new thriller. A mix of Hitchcockian suspense, Agatha Christie plotting, and Greek tragedy by Entertainment Weekly. Okay, Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect until one night when her husband Gabriel returns home late from work, and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into a mystery that captures the public imagination. And she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids at the Grove, a secure psychiatric unit in North London. she shot her husband, who will take him down a path more expected and more terrifying than he ever imagined. And again, there is the author. Now, this book, if you want to talk about twists at the end, best twist of all books ever. It just was so unexpected. Like, whatever you think is going to like